baseman tonight will be thrown out by Chuck Harrison. Come on out, Chuck, and let's see what you got. All right, I think he's coming out. Chuck Harrison, let's give him a hand. Let's see how you can chuck it there, Chuck. That looks like a pretty good pitch to me. Let's give him a hand. Chuck Harrison. And now it's time to meet tonight's starting lineups, beginning with the visiting Marion Berries, as announced by head coach Tucker Brock. Leading up in right field, number 18, Will Stickney. Batting second, the second baseman, number 1, Brandon Stinnett. Batting third, the catcher, number 19, Evan Holman. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 6, Brecken Hadley. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 38, Alex Greb. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 20, Jake Dodge. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 15, Alkai Arujo Cloud. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 13, Cade Goldstein. Batting ninth, the center fielder, number 3, Danny Weidman. Starting pitcher for the Marion Berries tonight is number 25, Johnny Ingalls. And now, it's time to meet the starting lineup for your Cowlitz Black Bears. As announced by head coach Dan Spencer. Tonight they'll be joined on the field by the Longview Baseball Minors team, the Cowlitz Junk Removal. Leading off at catcher, from the University of Nebraska, number 44, Will Chesky. Batting second, playing shortstop, from Rogers State University, number 5, Tyler Nelson. Batting third, playing first base, from Shoreline Community College, number 36, Paxton Bigby. to the St. Rose Band. The fans are ready. The Black Bears are ready. Let's play ball!
Happy Thursday, everybody, and welcome back to David Story Field for Game 3 of a 3-game series between the Marion Berries and the Cowlitz Black Bears. The Black Bears are looking to avoid being on the wrong side of history today, as if they lose, they will be the Marion Berries' first sweep in franchise history. And they will start the season 0-6 at home before heading to Walla Walla for a 3-gamer over the weekend. Let's take a look at the Marion Berries lineup. It's Will Stickney in right field, back in the leadoff spot. Brandon Stinnett at second, batting second. Evan Holman at catcher, batting third. Brecken Hadley DHing, batting fourth. Alex Greb in left field, batting fifth. Jake Dodge at first, batting sixth. Aukai Arujo Waiau at third, batting seventh. Cade Goldstein at short, batting eighth. And Danny Weidman, the center fielder, in the 9-hole for starting pitcher Dylan Henson for the Black Bears. We've seen Henson pitch in 2 games. Last against the Pippins on Sunday. He pitched 3 innings of scoreless ball, gave up a hit, a walk, and struck out 4. As he also got a hit, or he didn't get a hit, he got it at bat. He struck out in a game where the DH was gone for the Black Bears early after the Matt Priest injury. Quinn Hubbs got a hit. Dylan Henson struck out as both those pitchers got at bats against the Pippins pitching staff. But we're about to get started here in Game 3 of this 3-game series between the Berries and the Black Bears. Berries looking to sweep. Black Bears looking to get their first win at home and go to Walla Walla after a victory here tonight on this beautiful Thursday evening. It's 64 degrees at first pitch, and we are underway here. First pitch from Henson is missed. A little low, 4-1, 6:34 Pacific Standard Time is when we're starting this one, a little early, about a minute early. Here's the 1-0. Grounder foul down the left field line. Well, Will Stickney is having a really good season so far. He's 11 for 30, 11 hits, leads the team. As a hit in all 8 games, he's also tied for top 5 in hits so far this season in the West Coast League. Breaking ball hits the zone for strike 2. Stickney from USC went 2 for 4 yesterday with a strikeout. In a game where the Black Bears lost by 2 again. They were down 4-2 in the 9th, weren't able to mount a comeback for the second straight game. So that one's outside for ball 2. The Berries have scored in only 3 innings this whole series, but have been able to win both games because of the lack of Black Bears offense at home so far this season. Grounder over to short. Nelson will make the grab, throw over to first, and that's the first out. A longer at bat for Stickney, but grounds out to Nelson at short, and that'll bring up Brandon Stinnett. Saw him in the leadoff spot yesterday, but moves down to the 2-hole. Stinnett went 0 for 5 yesterday with 2 strikeouts. Didn't have his best offensive performance, but Barry's still able to get the win. This is outside on the fastball, and it's 1-0. Well, the umpires for the game, Bryce Reeves behind the dish, and Lance Kreck, the bases umpire for today's matchup. Same as the first game. That one's skied foul. It'll get out of play to the right side, and it's 1-1. Well, Dylan Henson, bit of a late addition for the Black Bears. He got here right before the Yakima Valley series, in the midst of the Northwest Star Nighthawks 2-game series, as that one's right down the middle, and it's 1-2. pitched in 2 of the 3 games against the Pippins. Not that 3 innings of scoreless ball, and back on Friday, he pitched an inning, gave up a run, and walked 2. 1-2 is ripped into left field. That is veering, and it'll land fair. It'll get all the way to the corner. Going into second is Brandon Stinnett, and he has a double here with 1 out in the top of the first. Well, after going 0 for 5, his first at-bat ends in an extra base hit, and he's in scoring position here in the top of the first with 1 out. That's his first extra base hit of the season. And checking back to first to see if he stepped on the bag rounding. Lance Craig, umpire, is calling him safe. So it looks like he did touch first when rounding. And now it's number 3 hitter, Evan Holman. Here's the first pitch from Henson. Breaking ball hits the zone for strike 1. Holman had the day off until the 9th inning, in which he came in as a defensive replacement for Ben Allen. Didn't get an at-bat, though. Went 0 for 3 on Tuesday. 0-1 is fouled back over to Brecken Hadley, who stands in the on-deck circle. And it's 0-2. Man on second, 1 out, and the 0-2. That one misses low. Another breaking ball, but it's 1-2. So the Stinnett double just barely lands fair. Over to Rowan in left field, who his first game out in the field after he's been DHing for a couple games. The newcomer. Another one grounded foul into the Berries dugout, and it stays 1-2. Holman 3 for 13, only struck out once, though, so far this season, and has walked twice. One of those walks coming on Tuesday. 1-2. Right down the middle, freezes Holman for strike 3. First strikeout of the day for Henson. And the second out here in the top of the first. That'll bring up Brecken Hadley. Now 2 outs. Stinnett still frozen on second. In scoring position here after the double with 1 out. Here's the first pitch to Hadley. Another good breaking ball hits the zone for strike 1. Oh, Hadley played for St. Olaf. They finished 23-16 and lost in the playoffs versus Gustavus Adolphus and Bethel College. 0-1. Another breaking ball. That one just misses, and it's 1-1. Hadley went 0 for 4 yesterday. Scored one of the 4 runs for the Berries, but didn't get a hit and struck out yesterday as well. Time is called. Hadley has 6 hits so far this season, and they've all come in only 3 of his 7 games. He's had 3 2-hit games, and those have accounted for all of his hits. Well, it's fouled back, and it's 1-2. One of those 2-hit games came on Tuesday. He went 2 for 4 against the Bears in the 5-3 victory. Two 2-run wins for the Berries in this series. 1-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. Dylan Henson strikes out 2 to end the top of the first. He leaves a man on second. We head to the bottom of the first. Still no score.
Dick Hanna Toyota is proud to support our Cowlitz Black Bears. One of the nicest experiences each summer is to be with family and friends and watch these talented baseball players. The folks over at Dick Hanna Toyota know a thing or two about nice. Dick Hanna has been around for over 75 years, and they're a local family-owned business with a tradition of supporting our community. Dick Hanna Toyota. Believe in nice.
Your poor wallet. It gets misplaced, sat on, and abused by outrageous car payments. At Fiber Federal Credit Union, we think it's high time you reward your wallet by lowering your auto loan payment. For a limited time, refinance from another lender and get a great rate from Fiber Federal. With a 1% cashback bonus on your payoff amount, no payments for 60 days, and 0 fees, including title transfer. Refi your ride, reward your wallet at Fiber Federal. We're kind of like a family, only we're a credit union.
Well, Dylan Henson with a nice bounce back after giving up the opposite field double to Brandon Stinnett. As we are still scoreless here in the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the Black Bears lineup. Will Jeske is leading off today. Tyler Nelson batting second at short. Paxton Bigby at first batting third. Poffenroth DHing in the 4 spot. Trenton Rowan in left field batting 5th. Josh Hansen in center batting 6th. Trent Wainfeld in right field batting 7th. Sam Davidson at third batting 8th, and Nicky Garitano in the 9 hole at second base. First pitch to Jeske hits the zone. It's kind of been a leadoff hitter by committee ever since Matt Priest got injured on Sunday. That one's fouled off himself, and it's 0-2. We've seen Offenroth lead off. We've seen Wainfeld lead off. We've now seen Jeske lead off. Jeske came in as a pinch hitter. That's a chopper to third, scooped up there by Aroju Wayau, and he'll throw on to first for out number 1. I'll bring up Tyler Nelson. Well, Tyler Nelson had an 0-for-2 day, but walked 3 times. Most walks from a Black Bear so far in a game this season. And stole his first bag of the season as well. So that one's inside, ball 1. Nelson ended a 3-game hitting streak yesterday, didn't get a hit. Shows bunt, drops it down, back to the pitcher Ingalls, who'll throw over to first for out number 2. Well, Johnny Ingalls has only pitched in 1 game so far. In this season, it was on the 7th against the Pickles. He threw 4 1/3, gave up 6 earned runs on 6 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and earned the loss against the Pickles. First pitch to Paxton Bigby is low for ball 1. Ingalls played his senior season at Jesuit High School in 2025, is committed to Linfield. Grounder to first, Dodge has it, and he'll step on the bag. So a quick 1-2-3 on 3 groundouts for Ingalls in his first inning of work. We head to the second, no score.
Get ready for another summer of family-friendly fun with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Rally your crew and head down to David Story Field for delicious food and drinks, affordable entertainment, and unforgettable memories. The Black Bears can host your group, business, friends, and youth sports team. Whether you're entertaining clients, treating your employees, or just looking for a fun night out with coworkers, David Story Field is the place to be. Create a summer of great memories with the Black Bears. Book your group outing today at cowlitzblackbears.com.
You know what it takes to be successful when you're ready for a bank that looks at the world like you do. Bank outside the ordinary with Heritage Bank, located here in Longview at 927 Commerce or online at heritagebanknw.com. That's heritagebanknw.com. Member FDIC.
Top of the second, no score, no offense from either squad besides the Brandon Stinnett double. As Ingalls in his first inning induced 3 groundouts to make quick work of the top 3 guys in the Black Bears order, and now Dylan Henson back out there to face Alex Greb, Jake Dodge, and Aukai Arujo Waiau. Top three here in the top of the second.
Leading off the top of the second for the Berries, the left fielder, number 38, Alex Greb.
Well, Alex Greb went 1 for 4 with a run and 2 strikeouts. Has 1 hit in each of the 2 games this series. 7 overall in the season. The first pitch from Henson. Grounded foul off to the left. Bounces off the fencing near the Berries dugout. Housed on the third base side here at David Story Field. It's very interesting, David Story Field, because one bullpen is out of play and one is just right over that fence in left field. That one's blooped into center field and it'll drop in for a base hit. Alex Greb now has a hit in 3 straight games. And he's got a leadoff single here in the top of the second. Now to bring up Jake Dodge, he had a game. He had one heck of a game yesterday. Went 3 for 3. 3 of his 6 hits came yesterday against the Bears. Runner goes on the first pitch, called strike 1. Throw from Jeske is not in time as Alex Greb has a stolen base. Aggressive on the base pass. Running on the first pitch as he'll take second for his second stolen base of the season. Dodge before yesterday didn't have a hit since the 7th against the Pickles, in which he went 1 for 4, but got 3 singles yesterday. And he's got a single now off the dive of Nelson. Throw back to third on the overthrow, and they have him in a rundown. On third, Greb. Throw to Jeske. Jeske's going to try and run him down, and he will. Quick thinking from Tyler Nelson gets the lead runner as Dodge moves to second, but that's the first out. And saves a run from scoring here in the top of the second. Call that a 5-1, 6-1-5 to get the man at third, but Jake Dodge able to reach on the infield single and advance to second on that rundown. So now he's in scoring position with 1 out for Arujo Waiau. First pitch is low for ball 1. Oh, a bit of a wild play as third base coach and manager Tucker Brock was waving Greb home. That one's popped up into center field. Josh Hansen will make the grab out there. And it's out number 2. So Tucker Brock was rounding Greb because he thought the ball was bobbled on the dive by Nelson a lot farther than it actually was. And he was just caught. Looked like a deer in headlights out there trying to round third. And gets caught in the rundown, tagged out by Jeske. Now 2 outs here in the second. It'll be Cade Goldstein, his first at-bat of this series. Actually, first at-bat of the season for Goldstein as he fouls that one off, 0-1. Also played a high school senior year this year at Harvard Westlake High School. But is committed to UC Santa Barbara. We've seen a few UC Santa Barbara guys on the Bears in the coming weeks. Outside, it's 1-1. Goldstein from Calabasas in the LA area. We'll be staying around that area. Santa Barbara's about an hour north of LA, depending on where you're at. LA is a big area. Rip to second. And it'll be Garitano over there, makes the throw to first. And another scoreless frame for Dylan Henson. After the rundown gets the first out, we head to the bottom of the second. Still no score.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears.
Join the Cowlitz Black Bears for a summer full of fun with $3 Tuesdays and kids and free Sundays. Every Tuesday home game, general admission tickets, hot dogs, nachos, and domestic canned beer are all just $3. Plus, every Sunday, kids 12 and under get free admission when accompanied by an adult thanks to Peace Health and the Daily News. Don't miss out on affordable family fun every Tuesday and Sunday with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Get your tickets today at cowlitzblackbears.com.
Well, the Berries have had 3 guys on second, and none of them have been able to come around here through their 2 offensive innings. As we head to the bottom of the second, it'll be Gavin Poffenroth leading off here for the Bears. And it'll be Trenton Rowan and Josh Hansen, the other 2 in this top 3, to lead off the bottom of the second against Ingalls, who's back out there for another inning. Mentioned earlier, Ingalls is committed to Linfield, but played for Jesuit senior season this year. First pitch is low to Poffenroth. 1-0. Another one misses, and it's 2-0. Well, Poffenroth went 0 for 2 on Tuesday. He didn't play yesterday, but had a 4-hit performance on Sunday against the Pippins. And he's now in a good hitter's count, 3-0. 4 for 5, 2 singles, 2 doubles, a stolen bag, and a run scored against the Pippins on Sunday. 3-0 misses, and Poffenroth will reach on the 4-pitch walk. First base runner of the game for the Bears. And that'll bring up Trenton Rowan. Been the DH the past couple games, but is now in left field as Finn Stewart is going to get the day off. Well, Trenton Rowan had a good game yesterday, hit 2 doubles, scored a run. Already has 3 hits in 2 games with the Bears after playing 6 with the Pippins. That one misses low, and it's 5 straight balls for Ingalls in this bottom of the second. Poffenroth has a stolen base this season. That one's outside, 2-0. Ingalls will only walk 10 guys in last season, his junior year at Jesuit, as that one's inside, 3-0. 7 straight balls. And that will cause Holman to have a chat with Ingalls at the mound. That one another hitter's count against Rowan. Junior year only walked 10, struck out 29. Gave up 15 earns. Did walk 3 though in his first appearance against the Pickles. And gave up 6 earned and 6 hits. Born in Portland, so not too far away from home. Now 3-0. It's the outside, and it's 3-1. And on first in Poffenroth after the walk. Nobody out still in the bottom of the second. 3-1. That's ripped into right field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Poffenroth heads to second. Trenton Rowan has his 4th hit this series. And it's first and second with nobody out for Josh Hansen. That's 4 hits in the series for Rowan. His first series with the Bears, making a good impact. And the first hit of the game for the Bears. Runners on first and second, nobody out, and it's Josh Hansen. trying to drive at least one in and give the Bears the lead. Instead, he'll show bunt. Back to Ingalls, the pitcher. He'll throw on to first for out number one. Successful sacrifice for Josh Hansen as both runners move up 90 feet. And now are both in scoring position with one out for Trent Wainfeld. Well, we saw Wainfeld lead off yesterday as he went 0 for 5. Doesn't have a hit since Saturday, in which he went 3 for 4 in the 11-10 win against the Pippins, as he'll take strike one. Runners on second and third, infield in their normal positioning. 0-1 swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. And the Black Bears haven't scored first yet this series. 0-2. Swung on and missed, and Trent Wainfeld strikes out on 3 pitches. It's the first strikeout of the game for Ingalls, and that is the second out, a big second out for the Berries, as it'll bring up Sam Davidson. Davidson got a hit in 4 tries yesterday. Didn't play the first game of the series, as that one hits the zone for strike one. Davidson doesn't have an RBI yet in the regular season. 0-1. In the dirt. Good scoop from Holman, and it's 1-1. That one misses just a bit low at the knees, and it's 2-1. Davidson has 6 hits in his last 5 games. Another one in the dirt, and it's 3-1. So Ingalls was doing a good job at locating after throwing the 7 straight balls to start off the inning, but now is being a little wild again. 3-1. In the dirt, ball 4. And Sam Davidson will walk, the second walk of the inning. And now that'll load the bases for Nicky Garitano. Well, Nicky Garitano, along with Matt Priest, lead the Black Bears in hits in the regular season. Here's the first pitch. Chopper to third, throw to second, and that is the third out. So runners on second and third with 1 out. Neither of them come in. As Ingalls gets out of the jam, we head to the top of the third. Still no score.
Join the Black Bears for a night to remember on Thursday, July 24th. Bring the kids out to the ballpark for the always popular Dash for Cash, presented by Heritage Bank. All kids 12 and under will get to go on the field to dash for their share of $1,000 in cash. Then, stick around after the game as the Black Bears light up the night sky with their first ever drone show, presented by Pacific Tech Construction and Western Fabrication. Tickets will go fast. Get yours today at CowlitzBlackBears.com.
Good job, Finn.
Private leak. Why do I have a drip in my office and water on my desk?
Because the roof is bad. I tried to fix it myself, sir.
Didn't I tell you to call the guard?
The guard?
Yes, Private, the guard. Weather guard.
Oh, yeah. They'll keep you dry in the rain or snow. 577-7200.
They're our first defense against the weather. Now, call Weather Guard.
Sir, yes, sir.
Keep you dry in the rain or snow.
577-7200.
Weather Guard. Call 360-200-4900.
Well, top 3, and both of these offenses have squandered some good run-scoring situations so far, as we are still scoreless. Dylan Henson back out there after his first 2 innings. We'll be facing off against the 9-hitter Danny Weidman, and then back to the top of the lineup in Will Stickney and Brandon Stinnett. Danny Weidman went 1 for 2 yesterday with a walk and a run scored. Here's the first pitch. Over to short. Nelson will make the quick throw, and it gets over Paxton Bigby's reach all the way to the backstop, and Danny Weidman will reach on the error. So a little bit high on the throw for Tyler Nelson, as that's his second error in 2 games. He's been good defensively, but he's made some simple errors out there at short. That was one of them, and now Weidman is on first. There's a bit of a pitch out there for ball 1, as wasn't even a throw behind the dish for Jeske over to first. Oh, Will Stickney grounded out to Nelson in his first at-bat to lead off the game. 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Stickney hitting .367, second on the Berries. First on the Berries with more than 20 at-bats, as Andrew Mahoon leads the average category for the Berries, but isn't here for this series. Hit a inside the park home run, though, on Sunday against the Pickles. Into left field, under it is Rowan, and he won't have to go far to make that grab. It is out number 1. Well, Stickney hitting it right where the wind is blowing it back to home plate, as he usually does here at David Story Field. Wind seems to be blowing towards home plate and also somewhat from left to right field. So beneficial for lefties like Stinnett, even though his double that he hit in his first at-bat went to the opposite field. That was his third hit, first extra base hit. Didn't end up coming around to score, though. That is crushed foul all the way. That's going to hit the roof of the college. Lower Columbia College is where David Story Field is held. That's what the LC stands for down there, Lower Columbia Red Devils. And there's a building over there behind the bullpen of the Black Bears that is well within play for a foul ball, and it's another pitch out. Weidman still at first. Hasn't thought about going yet. Doesn't have a stolen base yet this season. One. That one's into center field, and Josh Hansen is under it to make the grab for out number 2. 2 straight flyouts for Hansen. And Danny Weidman still at first now with 2 outs for Evan Holman. Well, Holman was the first of 2 strikeouts for Henson in his outing. Looking to get out of another jam here. This is the second inning the leadoff man has gotten on for the Berries. This one to the Black Bears defense's own doing. After the error, there goes Weidman. Throw on to second is going to get into center field. Well, Weidman will get in with a stolen base. Get back up there from Hansen to stop Weidman from advancing any further. And it's 1-0 now with a man on second and 2 outs. Now, this is the 4th Berry to reach second base so far this game. None of them have scored yet. 1-0. That one's into left field. Rowan is under it, and he'll make the grab. 3 straight flyouts for Henson. And he's gone through 3 scoreless. We're heading to the bottom of the 3rd. Still 0-0.
Join the Black Bears on Saturday, July 12th in a night to honor the brave men and women in our community with the special First Responders Jersey Auction presented by Steelscape. Fans will get to bid on these special edition game-worn jerseys, and the winning bidder will be invited onto the field for photos after the game. Each jersey will feature a patch representing one of the local law enforcement and fire agencies around Cowlitz County. 100% of the proceeds from the jersey auction will go toward Cowlitz County Habitat for Humanity. Get your tickets today at CowlitzBlackBears.com to be a part of this special event. June is full of family fun with the Black Bears at David Story Field. Enjoy $3 Tuesdays all month long with $3 admission tickets. Hot dogs, nachos, domestic canned beer, and bottled soda. On Wednesday, June 11th, it's Kelso School District Night, where students, teachers, and faculty members from Kelso get in free. Then on Thursday, June 19th, all youth baseball and softball players will get in for free when they show up in their team uniform. Join the fun and get your tickets now at CowlitzBlackBears.com.
No score here. Bottom three. That'll be the top three in the lineup for the Bears. Jeske, Nelson, and Big B to lead off this one against Ingalls in another inning. Henson doing a good job of pitching, getting outs with runners on. That's how the Black Bears have been able to stay in this and keep it tied at 0, as Will Jeske will step up for his second at-bat. He grounded out to third in his first try. First pitch to Jeske, swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. Well, Ingalls was the number 37 overall prospect in Oregon and the number 9 righty. According to Baseball Northwest, that's over to short, and Goldstein will throw it over to first for out number 1. A quick first out for Ingalls, and that'll bring up Tyler Nelson. Made an error in the last half inning after a high throw and over the glove of Bigby at first. Nothing doing, though, in that top half as he's up for his second at-bat. That one misses, and it's 1-0. Nelson grounded back to Ingalls in his first at-bat in the first. 1-2-3 first for Ingalls as that one misses inside 2-0. That's runners on second and third with one out last inning. No one ended up scoring. Inside, backs up Nelson a little bit, and it's 3-0. So the third 3-0 count of Ingalls' outing. That one misses low. 4-pitch walk for Tyler Nelson, the third walk of the game for Ingalls. He's already matched his walk total from his last outing in half the innings. Nelson is on first now with one out, and Paxton Bigby will step up to the plate. Him and Rowan are the only two lefties in this lineup for the Bears. First pitch misses inside, and it's 1-0. And Bigby went 0 for 4 with a walk yesterday. Also had himself a 3-hit game on Saturday against the Pippins. That one's ripped up the middle over to Stinnett, over to Goldstein onto first, and it's a double play. 4-6-3, a lot of DPs that the Bears have grounded into this series. And it doesn't end here as we head to the fourth. Still no score.
Dick Hanna Toyota is proud to support our Cowlitz Black Bears. One of the nicest experiences each summer is to be with family and friends and watch these talented baseball players. The folks over at Dick Hanna Toyota know a thing or two about nice. Dick Hanna has been around for over 75 years, and they're a local family-owned business with a tradition of supporting our community. Dick Hanna Toyota. Believe in nice.
Your poor wallet. It gets misplaced, sat on, and abused by outrageous car payments. At Fiber Federal Credit Union, we think it's high time you reward your wallet by lowering your auto loan payment. For a limited time, refinance from another lender and get a great rate from Fiber Federal with a 1% cashback bonus on your payoff amount, no payments for 60 days, and 0 fees, including title transfer. Refi your ride, reward your wallet at Fiber Federal. We're kind of like a family, only we're a credit union.
Well, the error last inning from Nelson was the 17th of the season for the Black Bears, as they are 10th. They have the 10th most in the league, so it actually could be worse. The Yakima Valley Pippins have the most errors, as we saw them have 11 in their series against the Bears last weekend. First pitch, good stop over there at first by Bigby, and he'll tag the bag. One pitch, one out for Dylan Henson against Brecken Hadley. That'll bring up Alex Greb. He singled, stole second, and got caught up on third in a rundown. Would have scored the first run, but ends up getting tagged out by Jeske for the first out of the second. Well, it is 1 for 1 as that one misses low. That's one of the 3 hits for the Berries so far today. 1-0 pitch. Good breaking ball hits the zone for strike one. Johnson also pitched in the non-league against the Raptors. That one's bobbled at third by Davidson. Picks it up and throw over to first. Not in time as Bigby was off the bag. And it doesn't seem like anybody really likes that call from bases umpire Lance Kreck. He'll have to talk to the other umpire, Bryce Reeves. Instantly, right after he was called safe, Bigby immediately points to Reeves. Says he touched the plate, but both in agreement here, both umpires, that he did come off, and Alex Greb will reach the second error for the Bears, as they've averaged 2 a game so far this season. Already have 2 through 3 1/3. Now base runners reaching every inning so far for the Berries. None of them have come around to score, even though a good few of them have reached scoring position and have come close. First pitch fouled off the mask of Jeske, and it's strike one. Well, Alex Greb stole a bag after he singled in his last at-bat. That was his second. Another one coming against Wenatchee. Or against Ridgefield. 0-1. Over to Nelson, who makes a dive, but it gets past him into center field. Very good effort from Nelson, but just out of his reach, as that's a single for Jake Dodge, and he's now gotten 5 singles in his last 5 at-bats. And we're going to get a pitching change here. Dylan Henson will get out of the game after 3 1/3 scoreless, but is responsible for 2 runners on first and second. Jake Dodge is having a very good series, has 5 hits, is 5 for his last 5. And he just seems to be tearing up Black Bears pitching, as the new pitcher will come in. Welcome to the Black Bears, Ryan Falk. His debut will come right after this.
Get ready for another summer of family-friendly fun with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Rally your crew and head down to David Story Field for delicious food and drinks, affordable entertainment, and unforgettable memories. The Black Bears can host your group, business, friends, and youth sports team. Whether you're entertaining clients, treating your employees, or just looking for a fun night out with coworkers, David Story Field is the place to be. Create a summer of great memories with the Black Bears. Book your group outing today at cowlitsblackbears.com.
Ryan Falk is making his Black Bears debut and is getting put in a interesting position here. Runners on first and second with one out. They've gone out of this jam before a good amount of time so far today. Ryan Falk from Greenwood Village, Colorado, a bit of a suburb of Denver, a bit south of downtown. Played for Cherry Creek High School this season in 2025, his senior season, and is committed to Washington State, so he will be heading to Pullman to play for Wazoo. Had a 2.72 ERA and 46 and a third innings this season in his senior year of high school and made the Centennial League first team. Had an even better season last year as a junior. He had a 1.07 ERA in 46 innings and a 7-1 record. Walked 12 and struck out 51. Struck out 70 this season for Cherry Creek. And will now make his Bears debut and face Alkai Arujo Waiau with 2 on and 1 out. First pitch for Falk. Never mind, he'll throw back to second. You have to wait on the first pitch for Falk. Only 18 years old. And his 18th birthday on February the 12th. Born in 2007. Doesn't that make you feel old? Swung on and missed, and it's strike one. Dan Spencer going from tall pitcher to tall pitcher. Henson at 6'7", Falk at 6'5". 0-1. Grounder to second. Garitano flips to Nelson for one, on to Bigby, and it gets past Bigby. Runner in third from Greb going home. And a third error for the Bears allows a run to score. The Berries take a 1-0 lead. That is already 3 errors today for the Bears, 2 of them coming from Tyler Nelson at short. And that'll bring up Cade Goldstein. Swung on and missed, and that is strike one. So the run will be unearned for Henson after the error. Still throwing technically a scoreless game, but still trying to get out of this. Only down 1 after an error in back-to-back innings. Outside, it's 1-1. Well, Dodge out at second. Greb came around to score, and Arujo Waiau on first. Would have had a double play to get out of the inning. Again, scoreless. That one misses inside, and it's 2-1. Well, usually we've seen a 1 inning that goes awry for the Bears, whether it be the pitching or the defense. At least what happened in the last 2 games, but they're trying to avoid it here. Popped up foul. One under Jeski, as it will land in foul territory. Didn't get out. Jeski didn't seem to know that, but he had to fight the sun. It'll be strike 2 on the very shallow foul ball. Well, Goldstein grounded out to Garitano at second in his first at-bat. Berries lead it 1-0 here in the top of the fourth. An error allows Greb to score. 2-2. That's popped up into left field. Going under it is Rowan, and he'll make the running grab for out number 3. So a run comes in after a third error for the Black Bears, but Falk is able to relieve Henson as we head to the bottom of the fourth. The Berries have a 1-0 lead.
You know what it takes to be successful. When you're ready for a bank that looks at the world like you do, bank outside the ordinary with Heritage Bank. Located here in Longview at 927 Commerce or online at heritagebanknw.com. That's heritagebanknw.com. Member FDIC.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears.
Well, the Bears are 0-5 at home to begin the season. They had never even started a season 0-4 at home until this year. Started 0-5, and if this score holds, we'll extend that record to 0-6. Only down 1, though, with a lot of game left. It'll be Gavin Poffenroth, Trenton Rowan, and Josh Hansen. The top 3 in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the first pitch to Poffenroth. One misses a bit low and outside at around the shin. And it's 1-0. Poffenroth walked. Was at third with 1 out, but didn't end up crossing the plate as that one's inside, 2-0. 3 walks for Ingalls so far, but has not given up a run yet. That is skied foul. Into foul ground, Arujo Waiau. He's going to run after it, and he overran it, and it drops in foul. Those high pop-ups are really beating people on that left side as Poffenroth will head back to the plate after getting lucky on that foul ball. It's still 2-1. Only 1 hit so far. The Trenton Rowan single for the Bears. That one hits Poffenroth, and he'll take first. Second free pass of the day for Poffenroth. 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch, and he's reached in both his at-bats today. I'll bring up Trenton Rowan. He's been really good this series. His first series with the Black Bears is now has 4 hits, is 4 for 8, hitting at .500 against Marion so far, including a single in his first at-bat. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. Rowan played for Utah Valley this season. His junior year was with Yakima Valley for their first 6 games. Played first 7 games. He played 6 of them. Another big whiff and a miss for Rowan, and it's 0-2. He already has as many hits on the Bears as he did with the Pippins. 0-2. That's a chopper over to first. Dodge is going to have to be quick, and he'll throw to first for out number 1. Dodge gets the chopper, able to flip to the covering Ingalls at first, and that is the first out here in the bottom of the fourth. Runner in Poffenroth moves to second, and now the Black Bears have another man in scoring position for Josh Hansen. Hansen bunted Rowan and Poffenroth over to second and third. Neither of them ended up coming in, and now he's in his second at bat as he takes one outside, just missing for ball one. Hansen's driven in 2 runs so far this season. One coming yesterday against the Berries. That's blooped into left field, and it will fall foul. 1-1 now to Hansen. As Ingalls will look to get out of another jam here with a runner on second and 1 out. Black Bears haven't been able to do much here against Berries pitching with runners on, especially with runners in scoring position. Inside, 2-1. Poffenroth got hit by a pitch and is now on second after the ground out. That's a blooper into center field. Going under it is Weidman, and he'll make the grab for out number 2. That'll bring up Trent Wainfeld. Struck out on 3 pitches in his first at-bat, the only strikeout of the day for Ingalls in his outing. Wainfeld currently on a 0 for 10 slump so far in his last 3 games. That one hits the zone for strike 1. 0 for 4 on Sunday, 0 for 5 yesterday, now 0 for 1 today. 0-1. Inside backs him up a little, and it's 1-1. So Henson gets a bit of a short leash, usually in that bullpen for the Black Bears. That's swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. Davidson on deck. 2 outs. Runner on second and Poffenroth. 1-2. This is low, and it's 2-2. Counts even up against Wainfeld. Black Bears trying to get on the board here. 2-2. In the dirt, good scoop from Holman. And count runs full with 2 outs. Walk would put runners on first and second for Davidson. Strikeout would be the 4th scoreless inning for Ingalls. 3-2. Way high, and Wainfeld will take first on the walk. That's the 4th walk today for Ingalls, and now there's 2 on with 2 outs for Sam Davidson. Well, Davidson has a walk of his own in his first at bat in the second inning. Now it's 2 on with 2 outs. First pitch, one in the turf, and it's 1-0. Now this is the second inning. The Black Bears have had 2 on. Haven't been able to cross off that elusive first run. 1-0. Swung on and missed, and it's 1-1. One pitch. That's ripped up the middle, past the dive of Goldstein. Stopping at third is Poffenroth. And stop it over there at third, as that throw would have beaten him by a good few steps, but that's a single from Davidson, his second time reaching, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs. Well, this is the second time Nicky Garitano has seen the bases loaded with 2 outs. Hit into a fielder's choice his first time up to end the second. First pitch misses low for ball 1. Garitano has a chance to redeem himself after that fielder's choice. Those 3 left, leaving the bases loaded, the only 3 that have been left on for the Bears so far. 1-0. Another one in the same spot, low in the dirt, and it's 2-0. Nowhere to put him. Walk would put in a run and tie the game up at 1. And Dan Worthen, pitching coach, is going to come out there and have a chat with Ingalls as well as Evan Holman. Well, Poffenroth hit by pitch. Trenton Rowan advanced him to second with a grounder to dodge at first. Hansen flew out to center and Weidman, and a walk and a single for Sam Davidson. Loads the bases. Garitano in a good hitter's count, 2-0. Not wanting to leave the bases loaded for a second inning. Didn't play yesterday, was a pinch runner. 2-0. Misses low, and it's 3-0. .3-0 count. Nowhere to put him. Pitch. That one misses. Ball 4. Garitano walks. Poffenroth will score, and we are tied up at 1 here in the bottom of the 4th. And back to the top of the lineup. Bases loaded, walk on 4 pitches for Garitano. And now 90 feet away from taking the lead, Will Jeske, the leadoff man. He's 0 for 2. First pitch is in the dirt, and it's 1-0. Barry's quickly having people start to stretch in the bullpen. 1-0. That one hits the zone at the knees, and it's 1-1. Now it's Wainfeld at third, Davidson on second, Garitano driving in the first run of the day for the Bears with a walk on first. Popped up foul ground. Arujo Waiau runs out of room, and it'll fall out of play. And it's 1-2. Jeske, 2 groundouts so far today against Ingalls. As the bases loaded, 2 outs. The 1-2. That's grounded to third, and Arujo Waiau will tag third for out number 3, but a bases loaded walk for Nicky Garitano ties the game up at 1, heading to the top of the 5th.
Join the Cowlitz Black Bears for a summer full of fun with $3 Tuesdays and kids and free Sundays. Every Tuesday home game, general admission tickets, hot dogs, nachos, and domestic canned beer are all just $3. Plus, every Sunday, kids 12 and under get free admission when accompanied by an adult thanks to Peace Help and the Daily News. Don't miss out on affordable family fun every Tuesday and Sunday with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Get your tickets today at cowlitzblackbears.com. Join the Black Bears for a night to remember on Thursday, July 24th. Bring the kids out to the ballpark for the always popular Dash for Cash, presented by Heritage Bank. All kids 12 and under will get to go on the field to dash for their share of $1,000 in cash. Then, stick around after the game as the Black Bears light up the night sky with their first ever drone show, presented by Pacific Tech Construction and Western Fabrication. Tickets will go fast. Get yours today at cowlitzblackbears.com.
Well, after Nicky Garitano walked with the bases loaded to bring in a run, he is now out of the game as Will Jeske moves from catcher over to second base. And now behind the dish for the Bears is Spencer Kowalski. So a bit of a switch, but staying the same as Ryan Falk as he's back out there. Now with a new catcher to work with, as that one's inside for ball 1 to Danny Weidman. Here's the 1-0. It's the zone. Danny Weidman stands really close to home plate in that batter's box on the lines. Anything that looks inside would still be called a strike. Grounder over to short. Tyler Nelson, quick throw over to first. And actually, Nicky Garitano's at first, so Paxton Bigby is out of the game. Didn't even notice that one. Nicky Garitano moves from second to first. Paxton Bigby is the one that is out of the game. And I guess we'll have to see who hits for him. I'll bring up Will Stickney with one out. Ball is high for ball one. So an overview of the defensive changes. Kowalski's behind the dish, Jeski's at second, and Garitano is at first. That one's fouled off, and it's strike one. We'll see who hits for Bigby. That one's inside, almost hits Stickney, backs him up a little bit, and it's 2-1. Stickney is 0 for 2 from the leadoff spot, has a ground out and a fly out to Rowan in left. That one's sky to right, and it will get out of play into the Black Bears bullpen. That evens the count up at 2-2.
Another defensive change for the Black Bears. Now catcher number 6, Spencer Kowalski.
Well, here's the 2-2. Gets a piece of it, fouls it back, and it stays 2-2. Well, Stickney has a hit in all 8 games. Doesn't have one yet today. Hit streak in jeopardy. It is only the 5th inning. He'll probably get another at-bat or two. Strike 3 called. First strikeout in a Black Bears uniform for Ryan Falk. And that's the second out here in the top of the 5th. That'll bring up Brandon Stinnett. Has the only extra base hit of the game for either side. One of the 4 hits for the Berries. And that one is hit into center field. And it'll drop in for base hit. Stinnett has himself a 2-hit game. And it's only the 5th. That'll bring up Evan Holman. He doesn't have a hit quite yet today. Taking a little bit to get to the plate, but he struck out looking. The first strikeout of the day for Dylan Henson. And a fly out to Rowan in left. Now the man on first and 2 outs. Runner has reached still in every inning for the Berries. Only one of them is crossed. Popped up. Foul ground. Kowalski and Garitano looking over it, and it's going to bounce off the pole over there near the Black Bears dugout. Kowalski had a bit of a late reaction. Garitano had to run a bit too far, and neither of them were able to reach. It'll be count as a foul ball, and it is 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball veers outside and low. It's 1-1. Stinnett, no stolen bases yet this season. Everyone has some speed on this Berries offense. 1-1. Fouled back off of Kowalski, and it's 1-2. Holman's majoring in leadership with an exercise science minor. Did not know you could major in leadership. I don't know what goes on over there at Old Dominion, though. Over in Norfolk. From Aurora, decided to go across the country to Old Dominion to play in the Sun Belt Conference for his junior season. Also was there in 2024 and was with Bellevue in 2023 in the NWAC. 1-2. Fly ball into shallow right field. Going under it is Wainfeld, and it'll get in between both of them, drop in for a base hit. 2 straight singles. Holman right into no man's land between Jeske and Wainfeld in shallow right field, and now 2 on with 2 outs for Brecken Hadley. Hadley has a strikeout and a ground out to Paxton Bigby when he was at first. First pitch from Falk. Bit low at the shoelaces, and it's 1-0. So Stinnett is on second. Holman on first after back-to-back singles. They now have 6 hits today, the Berries, compared to the 2 for the Black Bears. Both teams still tied at 1, though. 1-0. That's into left field. Going on, it is Rowan, and he'll make a running catch for out number 3. Great catch out there in left field from Trenton Rowan, and it possibly saves a run as Falk has another scoreless frame. As we are halfway home here at David Story Field, heading to the bottom of the 5th, still tied at 1.
Private leak. Why do I have a drip in my office and water on my desk?
Because the roof is bad. I tried to fix it myself, sir.
Didn't I tell you to call the guard?
The guard?
Yes, Private, the guard. Weather guard.
Oh, yeah. They'll keep you dry in the rain or snow. 577-7200.
They're our first defense against the weather. Now, call Weather Guard.
Sir, yes, sir.
Keep you dry in the rain or snow.
577-7200.
Weather Guard. To check out the full lineup of new, exciting merchandise that we have for you.
Join the Black Bears on Saturday, July 12th in a night to honor the brave men and women in our community with the special First Responders Jersey Auction presented by Steelscape. Fans will get to bid on these special edition game-worn jerseys, and the winning bidder will be invited onto the field for photos after the game. Each jersey will feature a patch representing one of the local law enforcement and fire agencies around Cowlitz County. 100% of the proceeds from the jersey auction will go toward Cowlitz County Habitat for Humanity. Get your tickets today at CowlitzBlackBears.com to be a part of this special event.
Bottom 5, 2, 3, 4 hitters will come up. Here in the bottom of the 5th, it'll be Nelson, and then Spencer Kowalski, who is pinch hitting for Paxton Bigby, came in as a defensive replacement. And Gavin Poffenroth. Well, Tyler Nelson walked in his last at-bat, grounded out to Ingalls, who's still out there. Pitching a pretty good game, gave up a run on 2 hits so far and is still going, but that one's inside for ball 1. Right back into center field for Nelson as he's got himself a leadoff single. Almost hit Ingalls. Gave him a little bit of a scare as that one was ripped into center field. Nelson's on first with his first hit of the game. I'll bring up Spencer Kowalski for his first at-bat.
Number 6, Spencer Kowalski.
And Kowalski showing bunt, and it's called strike 1. Nelson was way off of first and was able to get back in diving. Kowalski played for Centralia. Drops the bunt down. It will go foul, and it's strike 2. Redshirt freshman, his last game was yesterday, but he was just a defensive replacement. Didn't get an at-bat. Before that, went 1 for 5 on the 7th against Yakima Valley. His only start of the series. 1 for 5, 1 run scored, and a strikeout. He's only played 4 games. Breaking ball freezes Kowalski on the inside, and he's down for strike 3. That is the second strikeout for Ingalls. And that'll bring up Gavin Poffenroth. Nelson on first with 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. One of these two teams looking to break the tie. Both of them scored one in the fourth. Swung on and missed for Poffenroth, and it's 0-1. Poffenroth has reached twice, one on a walk, one on a hit by pitch. It's not registered an at-bat yet today. Still at a 0-for-0. That one's driven into left field. That's going to get down and all the way to the wall. Nelson is rounding third, but he'll get stopped. Having Poffenroth into second. He's got a double, his third double of the season, and there's runners at second and third with one out here in the bottom of the fifth. Well, sixth hit of the season for Poffenroth, his third double. He had a good series against the Pippins, and this one all the way over to the party deck. Trenton Rowan, who's been hot this series, now has a chance to bring in a run or two. Two runners in scoring position. And the first pitch to Rowan. Into center field, going under it is Weidman. Could be deep enough, makes the catch. There goes Tyler Nelson for home. Throw to the plate is not in time. Sacrifice fly for Trenton Rowan, and the Bears take a 2-1 lead. Productive outs for Rowan. It's it deep enough, and Nelson just gets his hand under the tag of Holman, scoring the second run. And that'll bring up Josh Hansen. The Bears now lead it by one here in the bottom of the fifth. First pitch in the turf, and it's 1-0. There's somebody warming up in the Berries bullpen after two hits in the sac fly from Rowan, as Poffenroth still stands on second. 1-0. Breaking ball hits the zone for strike one. So Rowan continues his hot streak as a Bear, this time with a sac fly to give the Bears the lead. Chopper to short. Goldstein throws it over to first for out number 3, but double by Poffenroth, and the sac fly by Trenton Rowan scores Tyler Nelson. The Bears lead it 2-1 heading to the sixth.
Black Bears 2. Fans, it's time to get on your feet and show your moves as we have the Macarena.
Dick Hanna Toyota is proud to support our Cowlitz Black Bears. One of the nicest experiences each summer is to be with family and friends and watch these talented baseball players. The folks over at Dick Hanna Toyota know a thing or two about nice. Dick Hanna has been around for over 75 years, and they're a local family-owned business with a tradition of supporting our community. Dick Hanna Toyota. Believe in nice.
Your poor wallet. It gets misplaced, sat on, and abused by outrageous car payments. At Fiber Federal Credit Union, we think it's high time you reward your wallet by lowering your auto loan payment. For a limited time, refinance from another lender and get a great rate from Fiber Federal. With a 1% cashback bonus on your payoff amount, no payments for 60 days, and 0 fees, including title transfer. Refi your ride, reward your wallet at Fiber Federal. We're kind of like a family, only we're a credit union.
Top six. Top six, Bears lead it 2-1. And there's a new pitcher in for the Bears. Some call him Alex, most call him the King of Cowlitz. He'll be standing in trying to protect this one-run lead for the Bears, as they lead it 2-1 after the sac fly from Rowan brings in Tyler Nelson. He'll be facing off against Alex Greb first, and then Jake Dodge and Aukai Arujo Waiau. Bears lead it 2-1. This is their first lead of the series. And it is only one, as they're going to have to protect here. It is still a close one, and still a lot of time left as we're only here in the top of the sixth. They're about ready to go for Buchanan in another appearance.
Top of the sixth for the Berries, the left fielder, number 38, Alex Greb.
Well, Buchanan pitched on Sunday and Saturday against Yakima. Pitched 2 innings on Saturday, gave up a run on 3 hits, but earned the win, moving his record to 1-1. First pitch to Greb is hit into left field, and that'll get down for a base hit. Well, Alex Greb has his second hit of the game, and he's reached in all 3 at-bats. So he takes the first pitch into left field. Now he's on first, representing the tying run with nobody out. It'll be Jake Dodge, who has had a very good series. He went 3 for 3 yesterday with a walk and is so far 2 for 2. All 5 of his hits this series have come from singles. Showing bunt, though, this time as it backs him up, but still hits off the bat foul for strike 1. Now Buchanan on Sunday pitched 2/3 of an inning, didn't give up a run, and only gave up a hit in the 4-3 win for the Bears. That's their last win so far. They lost the first 2 in this series, but this score holds they will avoid the sweep. Go into Walla Walla with a win. This is just low, and it's 1-1. You know, the interesting thing about Buchanan is that he's on Ottawa University in Kansas. Ottawa University had 2 different players named Alex Buchanan in different years. There was an Alex Buchanan last year in 2024, and then this Alex Buchanan in 2025, which was a absolute nightmare when trying to research who he was. 2-1 runner goes, swung on and missed. Throw on to second from Kowalski is into center field. No rush to third for Greb as he has his second stolen base of the game. Now he's in scoring position with nobody out, representing the tying run. 2-2 to Dodge now. It'll be a big first out in a lefty-lefty matchup before Arujo Wayau. 2-2. Grounder foul up to the netting, and it stays 2-2. Buchanan had Tommy John in 2023. Wasn't able to play for a good while. Played for Cowlitz last season. Was with the Edmonton Riverhawks for a couple innings back in 2022. He pitched 1 game versus Port Angeles. Another foul tip. Kowalski wasn't able to hold on, and it stays 2-2. Well, Ottawa this year finished 31-20 and went 2-1 in the NAIA opening round. Lost against Shreveport, which is a team that ended the season 59-0. 59 straight wins. Check swing. Did he go? He did. Throw on to first is in time, and a big strikeout for Buchanan on the drop third strike, his first K of the day, and that's the first out here in the top of the 6th. I'll bring up Arujo Wayau. Reached on an error in his last at-bat, one of the 2 errors in the 4th that led to Alex Greb scoring, and now he's in scoring position again on second with 1 out. First pitch. It's the outside edge for strike 1. Well, Arujo Wayau ended his streak of 6 straight games with a strikeout. He didn't get a hit, but he didn't strike out. Yesterday was his first game without a strikeout. That one is fouled up and away. It's 0-2. For 2 today. Reached on the air. Doesn't count as a hit, though, and fly out to center for Arujo Wayau. Oh, 2. Grounder foul down the third base line. And we'll do it again at 0-2. Buchanan was mostly in the bullpen for Ottawa this year. Only pitched 12 2/3, but had a good few outings. Pitched scoreless against Kansas Wesleyan in 2 2/3. His most innings he's pitched in a game this season in 2025. Fouled back to the netting again, and we'll do it again at 0-2. Well, from this series, Arujo Waiau is very good at making contact even if it goes foul. We've seen him hit a lot of 0-2 foul balls in his at-bats so far this series. Committed to Hawaii for fall 2025. 0-2. That's popped up into shallow right field. Will Jeske and Wainfeld, it'll drop. So nobody called it, and it drops in between everybody. Greb will move to third. And now the tying run's 90 feet away with one out. Well, we saw a hit like that from Holman just last inning. It got in between Jeske and Wainfeld, and that one, Garitano was involved as well, as nobody called it. And we will have a pinch hitter for the Berries. Take up Cade Goldstein's spot. It'll be Liam O'Connor.
Pinch hitter for the Berries, number 11, Liam O'Connor.
Well, Liam O'Connor didn't start today. Has started pretty much every other game, though, this season. Comes in as a pinch hitter for the shortstop Goldstein. Go back to first. Nothing doing, and have to wait on the first pitch. O'Connor from Willamette University. Went 1 for 4 yesterday, scored a run, walked and struck out. Went 0 for 4 on Tuesday. First pitch into center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Alex Greb will score, and the Berries have tied it back up at 2 here in the top of the 6th. That's 3 singles so far in this one, in this inning. 9 hits overall for the Berries. They only have 2 runs to show for it, but is enough to keep up tied with the Bears. And still there's 2 on with 1 out. That one's hit into right field. Going on it is Wainfeld, and he'll slide to make the grab for out number 2. Good catch by Wainfeld out there in right field, and saves runners from advancing to second and third. A big second out for Buchanan. Game still tied at 2. And now 2 outs with 2 on for the top of the lineup in Will Stickney. Throw back to second. Good throw by Buchanan, but Jeske wasn't able to get there in time as Arujo Waiau back in safely. 1 run already in so far in the 6th. We are back tied at 2. That one's high for ball 1. Seen a couple good plays from Wainfeld out in right field in this series. Saves a couple runs out there. One-0. Pokes it to first. Garitano will tag the bag for out number 3. So 1 run comes in for the Berries, and we are tied up at 3, tied up at 2, heading to the bottom of the 6th.
Some super exciting promo nights coming up that you're not going to want to miss out on. Make sure you join us.
Get ready for another summer of family-friendly fun with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Rally your crew and head down to David Story Field for delicious food and drinks, affordable entertainment, and unforgettable memories. The Black Bears can host your group, business, friends, and youth sports team. Whether you're entertaining clients, treating your employees, or just looking for a fun night out with coworkers, David Story Field is the place to be. Create a summer of great memories with the Black Bears. Book your group outing today at cowlitzblackbears.com.
Today at cowlitzblackbears.com. There's still time left. to become an official member of Corey's Company.
You know what it takes to be successful. When you're ready for a bank that looks at the world like you do, bank outside the ordinary with Heritage Bank. Located here in Longview at 927 Commerce or online at heritagebanknw.com. That's heritagebanknw.com. Member FDIC.
Black Bear gear, exclusive member experiences, and so much more. Memberships are
Bottom six were tied at 2. Johnny Ingalls finishes his day with 5 innings, 4 runs, 2 earned, 5 walks, and 2 strikeouts. A decent day for the starter Ingalls, as doesn't look like either starter will get the decision. We are tied up at 2 here in the bottom of the 6th, and new pitcher is Ryan Clark. Ryan Clark played for Feather River College his redshirt freshman year this year in 2025. Feather River is in Northern California, in between Quincy and Redding.
new pitcher for the Berries. Number 2, Ryan Clark.
To Feather River alongside his teammate Anthony Cepeda, who played a lot for the Berries to start off the season, but hasn't played yet in this series against the Bears. He's been one of their better hitters, but has only been a reserve for the Berries in these 2.5 games. They'll be facing off against the bottom 3 in the lineup for the Bears: Waynefeld, Davidson, and Garitano. And the Bears trying to get their lead back after scoring 1 in the bottom of the 5th and then giving up 1 of their own in the top of the 6th. Looks like they're going to need more than 1 run against this Berries offense. Drops the bunt down on the first pitch. Waynefeld, throw on to first, and he's in there safely. A bunt single for Waynefeld. Perfectly placed in between Holman and Clark, and Waynefeld is on first with nobody out. I'll bring up Sam Davidson. Waynefeld has a stolen base already this season, had it on Saturday in his 3-for-4 game against Yakima. First pitch to Davidson. It's the zone for strike 1. Well, Clark pitched 20 1/3 for Feather River. 7.52 ERA, gave up 17 earned runs. That one's into right field. Going back on it is Stickney, and it will fall into the Black Bears bullpen. It's way foul, and it's 0-2. Ryan Clark hasn't pitched since the 4th in their first series against Ridgefield. He pitched 2 1/3 innings and gave up 2 earned runs in 2 games against the Raptors. 0-2. Breaking ball misses low, and it's 1-2. Well, Clark redshirted last season in 2024. Went to Beaverton High School in Portland. Swung on and foul tipped into the glove of Holman for strike 3. Sam Davidson goes down swinging. First time he has not reached today. And the first strikeout for Ryan Clark in his outing. I'll bring up Nicky Garitano, who moved from second to first back when Kowalski moved to catcher and Jeske moved to second. Going is Waynefeld. Throw to second is in time on a hop, and Waynefeld is out on the caught stealing. Good throw on a hop from Holman as they tried to do a hit and run with Garitano, but he swung and missed at the pitch. And there's 2 outs. Nobody on, and now an 0-1 to Garitano. This is high, and it's 1-1. Well, Feather River finished 31-9 this season. Went 20-5 in conference. And lost in their postseason to Sac City and Sierra College up in Northern California. So that one misses for ball 2. Feather River only played 13 of their 40 games at home due to some scheduling issue. That's over the leap of Arujo Waiau and into left field for a base hit. So 2 singles in this inning for the Black Bears, but after the caught stealing, it is now just a man on first with 2 outs for Will Jeske. Well, Will Jeske is 0 for 3, has 2 ground outs, 3 ground outs, one of them being a fielder's choice to end the 4th after they scored that 1 run to tie the game up. Swings at the first pitch, flies it to center field. Danny Weidman will make the grab, backtracking for out number 3. A scoreless frame for Ryan Clark as we head to the top of the 7th. Berries and Black Bears still tied at 2.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears.
Remind me that this is last call for alcohol. After the 7th inning, we will close down alcohol sales.
Join the Cowlitz Black Bears for a summer full of fun with $3 Tuesdays and kids and free Sundays. Every Tuesday home game, general admission tickets, hot dogs, nachos, and domestic canned beer are all just $3. Plus, every Sunday, kids 12 and under get free admission when accompanied by an adult thanks to Peace Health and the Daily News. Don't miss out on affordable family fun every Tuesday and Sunday with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Get your tickets today at cowlitzblackbears.com.
Top 7, Brandon Stinnett leads off. It'll be Stinnett, Holman, and Hadley against Alex Buchanan in his 2nd inning. He gave up the tying run to make it 2-2 in the last inning, top of the 6th. And now the first pitch is a chopper to first. Under it is Garitano. Throw on to first is in time for out number 1. Well, PFP to start off the top of the 7th. Garitano flipping over to Buchanan covering first. And it's a quick 1-pitch, 1 out for Buchanan, and that'll bring up Evan Holman. Well, Evan Holman threw out. Trent Wainfeld trying to steal second last inning. Good throw on a hop right to second baseman Stinnett. First pitch to Holman. Bit outside and low at the shins, and it's 1-0. Well, Holman hit a single in his last at-bat back in the 5th. Also, there's a flyout and a strikeout looking back in the 1st. 1-0. This is in the same spot, and it's 2-0. Outside low pitch, not getting the call. That one misses high, ball 3. Buchanan has walked 3 guys so far this season. At Ottawa, he walked 8 in his 12 2/3. 3-0. That one misses inside, ball 4. Holman reaches on a 4-pitch walk. And he'll take first on the free base to bring up Brecken Hadley. In other words, there's going to be a pinch hitter for Brecken Hadley. Facing against the lefty, it'll be Ben Allen. We'll step up instead of Hadley. Got the start yesterday as he went 1 for 4 with an RBI. That was his first start since the 5th against Ridgefield. Got 1 at bat as a pinch hitter against Portland. And got the start alongside his brother Jake. Now he's in here as a pinch hitter with a man on first and 1 out. Well, misses high for ball 1. Well, Hadley finishes the game 0 for 3. Allen will take over as the DH for the foreseeable future. 1-0 misses outside, and that is 6 straight balls for Buchanan. Unable to locate the zone as it is 2-0, already a good hitter's count for Ben Allen, as Dan Spencer will come in along with the infield to have a chat with Buchanan. Don't know if he'll make the pitching change yet. Just having a talk with Buchanan right now. There's a guy warming up in the bullpen for the Bears. So with 1 on and Holman in 1 out. 2-0 to Ben Allen after the walk. Man in the bullpen is Trig Behrens, who was having a good season until he gave up 3 against the Pippins. Ended up not mattering, though, as he got the win after they scored. The Black Bears offense scored 4 in the top of the 8th. This is just high, and it's 3-0. 50-50 call for Buchanan, and he doesn't get the right call as it's 3-0. That's 7 straight balls thrown for Buchanan. 3-0. That one hits the zone, and it's 3-1. Oh, Alex Greb is up next. He has 2 singles so far and has reached in all 3 of his at-bats. Been pretty lethal so far for the Berries offense today. 3-1. Inside, ball 4. And now 2 straight walks have the Berries threatening here in the top of the 7th. And Dan Spencer will come out, presumably to make a change, as Buchanan will step out, and up comes Trig Behrens, who will inherit both of these runners. Both of these runners, though, the responsibility of Buchanan. Well, he's already given up 1, Buchanan. Finishes with 1 1/3, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and a strikeout. It could go up to 3 if these runners end up scoring. And it'll be up to Trig Behrens to face off against Alex Greb with 1 out and 2 on when we come back.
Join the Black Bears for a night to remember on Thursday, July 24th. Bring the kids out to the ballpark for the always popular Dash for Cash presented by Heritage Bank. All kids 12 and under will get to go on the field to dash for their share of $1,000 in cash. Then stick around after the game as the Black Bears light up the night sky with their first ever drone show presented by Pacific Tech Construction and Western Fabrication. Tickets will go fast. Get yours today at CowlitzBlackBears.com.
Top 7, and Trig Behrens is getting ready to go here in a interesting spot. 2 on, 1 out. As mentioned earlier, in his last outing on Sunday, he gave up 3 runs in an inning on 3 hits. Still got the win. But besides that, has not given up an earned run yet this season. Threw a scoreless frame against Portland twice, 1 on the 30th and 1 on June 1st, and then threw an inning and a 3rd scoreless against the Pippins back on Friday. Well, Trig is from Clark College, played there his freshman season. Was actually signed to the Casper Spuds of the Independence League before going to the Northwest Star Nighthawks, playing for them against Corvallis back on the 22nd. And then coming to the Bears and having a relatively good stint so far. Well, he's got a tall task to get out of here. 2 on with 1 out, and 2 good hitters so far today in Alex Greb and Jake Dodge. They've both combined to go 4 for 6 today against the Bears pitching. 4 of the 9 hits for the Berries have come from those 2, Greb and Dodge. Well, it'll be Greb first against Barons. Holman on second. Ben Allen, the pinch hitter, on first. Both of them on via the walk. That's a chopper to third on the first pitch. Davidson will throw it over to first. And that's the second out. So 2 outs, but both runners advance to second and third. Now a big at bat for Jake Dodge as we're going to get a pinch hitter at second for Ben Allen. So Jake Allen pinch running for his brother. As Ben is out the game and Jake is in the game. Now on second. And they're going to intentionally walk Jake Dodge. That will load the bases for Alkai Arujo Waiau.
Batting for the Berries, the third baseman, number 15, Alkai Arujo Waiau.
First intentional walk we've seen this season for the Bears. As Jake Dodge has been 5 for 6 in his last 2 games, so it could be smart, especially if in the righty against lefty scenario. See if it pays off. Up the middle. Bobbled over there at short. Nelson throw back to third, and not in time. A run will score, and the Berries take a 3-2 lead. Now that run will go to Buchanan as the Berries take a 3-2 lead here in the top of the 7th. The intentional walk doesn't work out as Arujo Waiau able to get the infield single, and the Berries take the 3-2 lead. That's going to get past Kowalski, and another run will score. The Berries lead it 4-2. Everybody advances 90 feet. Jake Allen comes in to score. Jake Dodge over to third, and Arujo Waiau to second. Now runners on second and third with 2 outs. And the 1-0. It's the zone for strike 1. To Liam O'Connor, who we saw pinch hit and hit a single in his first at-bat. Has a chance to extend the lead for the Berries. So that one's outside, ball 2. It seems to be one of those innings again where everything unravels for the Bears. They lose that lead and down 2 again. This is the same score we saw to end the game yesterday. Berries winning it by 2. Now up 2 again here in the top of the 7th. Grounder to third, that's going to go foul. And it's 2-2. Well, the offense is going to have to try and make another comeback here. Weren't able to do so in the previous 2 games, but maybe third time's the charm here for this Bears offense. They have 6 hits. Berries have 10 after that infield single by Arujo Waiau. 3 walks, one of them intentionally, and the single allows run to score, and then the pass ball from Kowalski. As 2 runs come in, and that's the lead for the Berries. 2-2. That's hit into shallow center field. Going under it is Hansen, and he'll make the grab for out number 3. But the Berries retake the lead They score 2 here in the top of the 7th. It's time to stretch at David Story Field.
Private leak. Why do I have a drip in my office and water on my desk?
Because the roof is bad. I tried to fix it myself, sir.
Didn't I tell you to call the guard?
The guard?
Yes, Private, the guard. Weather guard.
Oh, yeah. They'll keep you dry in the rain or snow. 577-7200.
They're our first defense against the weather. Now, call Weather Guard.
Sir, yes, sir.
Keep you dry in the rain or snow.
577-7200.
Weather Guard. Provided by your local Day Wireless System. For all your two-way radio and TV needs, visit your local Day Wireless System.
Join the Black Bears on Saturday, July 12th in a night to honor the brave men and women in our community with the special First Responders Jersey Auction presented by Steelscape. Fans will get to bid on these special edition game-worn jerseys, and the winning bidder will be invited onto the field for photos after the game. Each jersey will feature a patch representing one of the local law enforcement and fire agencies around Cowlitz County. 100% of the proceeds from the jersey auction will go toward Cowlitz County Habitat for Humanity. Get your tickets today at CowlitzBlackBears.com to be a part of this special event.
Oh, hopefully everyone's stretched and ready to go for this bottom of the 7th. New pitcher out there for the Marion Berries is Grayson Bonanno. Bonanno just joined the Berries this week from Encinitas, California. Played at Torrey Pines High School and is at UC Davis for his redshirt freshman year this season in 2025. And now he inherits a 2-run lead as Tyler Nelson, Spencer Kowalski, and Gavin Poffenroth are the top 3, trying to come back from another 2-run deficit. This is the 3rd straight one here at David Story Field, and now they're threatening to go 0-6 to start the season at home. First pitch to Nelson, breaking ball hits the zone for strike 1. Well, if this score holds, the Bears will fall to 3-6. Another breaking ball hits the zone for strike 2. This score holds as well. Every game that Cowlitz has played, the away team will have won. 0-2 inside, nearly hits him on the foot, and it's 1-2. Bonanno, UC Davis, only pitched 6 2/3 in 6 games. And a 10.8 ERA, though. That's grounded to short. Liam O'Connor is over there, throw on to first for out number 1. That'll bring up Spencer Kowalski, who struck out looking on 3 pitches in his last at-bat back in the 5th. Came in hitting in Paxton Bigby's spot, but came in to catch for Jeske, who moved to second, moving Garitano over to first. 0-1. That one misses low, and it's 1-1. Well, Grayson Bonanno didn't play in 2024 due to Tommy John was on a medical red shirt last season, but had a 1.40 ERA at Torrey Pines his senior season in 50 innings. That one misses 2-1. Made All-League and was the team pitcher of the year at Torrey Pines in 2023. Swung on and missed, and it's strike 2. An even better ERA his junior season, 1.07. In a few less innings, only 39 1/3. At a 6-0 record. 2-2 fouled, and it stays 2-2. Well, Bonanno was mostly in UC Davis's bullpen. Most innings he pitched was only 2. Once on March 29th versus Cal Poly, and the other on May the 11th against UC San Diego. 2-2. Grounder, that is a foul ball. And not really liking that call is the crowd, as looked to be any 50-50 call there, but he did have the best look at it, and he called it a foul ball, and now it's still 2-2. Well, Bonanno represented the Torrey Pines High School in the San Diego All-Star game at Petco Park, so he got to play there for a game. Probably a cool experience for him, as that one misses outside. 3-2. Three-two pitch. Outside, ball 4. Good take from Kowalski, and he takes first on the walk. Almost swung at it, but ends up taking it, called outside for ball 4, and Kowalski takes the free bag on the walk. And that'll bring up Gavin Poffenroth, who hit his 4th double of the season in his last at-bat. Has reached in all 3 of his at-bats as he's walked and was hit by a pitch. Grounder up the middle. That's in for a base hit. Gavin Poffenroth is having himself a day. He's reached 4 times, 2 hits. Poffenroth having himself a good couple games, 1 on Sunday and 1 today, as he's 2 for 2, and that'll bring up Trenton Rowan. Poffenroth represents the tying run. As Rowan has a base hit in his first at-bat and grounded out to Dodge at first. Also hit a sacrifice fly to tie the game up at 2. To give the Bears a 2-run lead. The Berries ended up tying it at 2 and scored 2 more in the top half of the 7th. Showing bunt pulls it back, and it almost hits him for ball 1. Bonanno only had 7 walks at UC Davis. Already has 1 today. Had 19 walks to compare to 61 strikeouts his senior season of high school. That one's inside. It'll get past the catcher, Holman, and everyone advances. 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. Kowalski on 3rd. Poffenroth, representing the tying run, is on 2nd with 1 out, as Holman didn't know where that one was going. Good hitters count for Rowan, 2-0. Now is the chance to drive in 2 with a single. 2-0 pitch. Swung on and missed at the breaking ball, and it's 2-1. Bonanno gave up 8 earned runs at Davis this season. Only 10 in 44 more innings. Swung on and missed at a pitch way inside, and it's 2-2. Josh Hansen on deck. He's 0 for 2. 2-2 pitch. Check swing, no go, and the count runs full. It was a close one for Rowan, and it's 3-2. Walk here would load the bases for Hansen. And Rowan would represent the 5th run, and the run that would give them the lead. The 3-2. Ripped into right field, going under it is Stickney, and he'll make the grab. Both runners will tag. Scoring is Kowalski. And another sac fly for Trenton Rowan, his 2nd straight, as it'll bring in Kowalski. 2 outs, but now 4-3. Now the tying run 90 feet away, but with 2 outs, it'll be Josh Hansen looking to tie the game up at 4 here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch. Fouled it back and out of play. And it's 0-1. So Rowan has driven in 2 of the 3 runs, both of which coming on sac flies. Hoffenroth was able to take third. That one misses outside, 1-1. One. Well, tipped, and it's 1-2. Well, Hansen doesn't have a hit yet today. Got one yesterday, and he's put in a big spot here, the tying run on third. And 2 outs, though, no room for error, especially with 2 strikes. 1-2. That one misses outside, and it's 2-2. Hansen looking for his pitch. Something he can send into the outfield to try and score Poffenroth and tie this game up. 2-2. Ripped into left field. Under it is Greb, and he'll make the grab for out number 3. Good barrel from Hansen, just to the wrong spot, but a run does come in for the Bears. We get to the 8th. It is 4-3 Marion.
June is full of family fun with the Black Bears at David Story Field. Enjoy $3 Tuesdays all month long with $3 admission tickets, hot dogs, nachos, domestic canned beer, and bottled soda. On Wednesday, June 11th, it's Kelso School District Night, where students, teachers, and faculty members from Kelso get in free. Then on Thursday, June 19th, all youth baseball and softball players will get in for free when they show up in their team uniform. Join the fun and get your tickets now at CowlitzBlackBears.com.
Also, Wednesday, June 18th is our Pepsi Party night at David Story.
Dick Hanna Toyota is proud to support our Cowlitz Black Bears. One of the nicest experiences each summer is to be with family and friends and watch these talented baseball players. The folks over at Dick Hanna Toyota know a thing or two about nice. Dick Hanna has been around for over 75 years, and they're a local family-owned business with a tradition of supporting our community. Dick Hanna Toyota. Believe in nice.
Top of the 8th, let's take a look at some of the other scores in the West Coast League. Some craziness going on about 30 minutes south in Ridgefield. The Yakima Valley Pippins are up 10-9 on the Raptors in the bottom of the 5th. The Corvallis Knights are beating the Springfield Drifters 5-3. The Elks are winning against the Bells in the 7th, and the Sweets are winning against the Pickles, trying to give them their first loss of the season. Oh, Trig Barons is back out there trying to face Danny Weidman, the number 9 hitter, as that one misses for ball 1. You know, the Pickles had a Twitter post where they told everybody that they had a West Coast League record 10 straight wins. I guess it's 11 now. That one's ripped foul down the third base line. Either point streak is wrong or the Pickles are lying, because on point streak it says Ridgefield won 13 straight games last season. So either point streak is lying or the Pickles are lying that they have a West Coast League record. I ain't gonna say who's lying, but it's very suspicious. I'll say that much. Well, after the foul ball, Danny Weidman back out there, ready to face the 1-1. That one misses low and away for ball 2. Well, here's the 2-1. Misses high, ball 3. Weidman's already reached on an error. Ended up stealing second, but has grounded out to short and flew out to right in his last 2 ABs. 3-1 hits him right on the back, plunks him, and he'll take first on the hit by pitch. Weidman not too happy that he just got hit. He'll take first, though, as he is the leadoff man on for the top of the lineup in Will Stickney. Well, the Berries have left a man on in every inning so far today. Left one on in the first through the 4th, and the last 3 innings they've left 2 on. bunt goes past Kowalski, and Weidman will take second, so no bunt needed as Trig Barons is a bit wild so far here in the top of the 8th. Weidman into second, now he in scoring position with nobody out. Now Stickney ended up pulling the bunt back and took ball 1. Now one right down the middle for strike 1. Now the sun's setting here in Longview around 8:37. Game has been going on for about 2 hours, 2 minutes now. And Trig Barons will have a chat with Kowalski. Bit of a miscommunication. Nice day out today. Not a cloud in the sky, which is very rare for Washington, considering how much rain they get. But this weekend in Walla Walla shouldn't be too hot like it was in Yakima. Around the high 70s, maybe into the 80s at one point, but won't be mid-90s, and that's all that matters. Black Bears, a 3-gamer in Walla Walla and then back home to play Corvallis. Stickney drops down the bunt, but it will drop foul before it goes fair. So it'll be 1-2. Well, Marion after this will head to Corvallis to take on the Knights in a 4-game set, the 4th game. And playing a doubleheader on Sunday. That 4th game, Marion will be the home team because of some scheduling changes for the Berries in their new stadium. They will then head to Ridgefield. 1-2. That's a grounder to second. Sliding is Jeske, throwing it over to first for out number 1. Good play from Jeske for out number 1. Runner in Weidman does move to third, and he's now 90 feet away with 1 out for Brandon Stinnett. Stinnett has 2 hits already today, a single and a double, all the way back in the first, but also has a fly out to center and a ground out to Barons. As Dan Spencer will bring the infield in with 1 out. That one just misses inside, ball 1. So Davidson, Nelson, Jeske, and Garitano all up on the grass, or at least in the dirt where the grass meets. It's all turf anyways. That one's low for ball 2. A walk here would probably push Jeske and Nelson back into double play depth with 1 out. Just misses outside, and it's 3-0. Well, 3 walks last inning, one of them intentional to Jake Dodge, as the Aruja Waiau single ended up bringing in the first run. That one misses, ball 4, and a 4-pitch walk for Stinnett has him on first. Now runners on the corners with 1 out for Evan Holman. Holman a chance to extend the lead here back to 2 with Weidman at third, and now Brandon Stinnett on first after the 4-pitch walk. First pitch. It's the zone, dropped by Kowalski, but still called strike 1. Now Jake Allen is on deck after pinch running for his brother. Just misses, and it's 1-1. Trig has not given up a run yet. 3 runs that were all given up to Buchanan. 1-1. Held back to the netting, and it's 1-2. Besides the 3 runs, nobody else on the pitching staff has allowed an earned run. Henson gave up a run, but not earned because of an error. 2 errors in the 4th inning, 2 of the 3 that the Black Bears have, and it could cost them today. They're back to first, not in time, as Stinnett's back there. It'll be a big strikeout of Holman. get 2 outs and possibly keep the deficit at 1 with 6 outs on the offensive side to play with. 1-2. Popped up foul. It'll get out of play. And it stays 1-2. Berries have 4 runs on 10 hits, and the Black Bears have 7. Only have 3 runs and 3 errors. So looking to avoid the sweep here at David Story Field. Another throwback to first and not in time. Second pick off of Stinnett as he has to dive back in once again. Runners on the corners with 1 out. 1-2. Chopper to third, it will roll foul. Got a piece of it is Holman, and we'll live to see another pitch against Barons. Jake Allen, a lot of time there on the on-deck circle. Hasn't had an at-bat yet today. Ripped up the middle. That's going to get into center field for a base hit. And Evan Holman drives in the 5th Berries run. Weidman will score, and Marion leads it 5-3 in the top of the 8th. Oh, the 11th hit for the Marion Berries, and that'll bring up Jake Allen, who pinch ran for Ben. Didn't end up coming around to score, though. Sorry, he did end up coming around. Went 0 for 4 yesterday. Got the start in left field. And it's the zone for strike 1. So now back to a 2-run deficit for the Bears as the score now matches the score of game 1. The Bears down 2, 5-3. When they were down 4-2. So we've seen both of the other games' final scores in this one. Foul back to the netting off the helmet of Kowalski, and it's 0-2. And Jake Allen only has 2 hits in 14 tries. Got 1 hit in each of the 2 games he played against the Raptors back on the 3rd and the 4th. One he got on the 3rd drove in 2 runs, and he got a sac fly as well. 0-2. Breaking ball freezes Allen for strike 3. Barron has his first K of the day and a big second out. Still 2 on now with 2 outs, and that'll bring up Alex Greb, who the first time last inning didn't reach. Has 2 singles and an error, has scored twice. He's on with 2 on, 2 outs, and that one in the dirt. Good block from Kowalski, not allowing runners in Stinnett and Holman to advance an extra 90. It's still called ball 1, and it's 1-0 to Alex Greb. Alex Greb now has 9 hits on the season after his 2 singles. He's played in every game for the Berries. That one fouled back to the screen, and it's 1-1. So the Berries have scored a run in 3 straight innings, 1 run in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, and 1 here in the 8th. Black Bears have scored 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and 1 in the 7th. Down 2, 5-3. 1-1. Owls it off himself, and he's in some pain. Has a guard there, so he's able to walk it off pretty easily and head back. And now faces a 1-2. Well, Jake Dodge was intentionally walked in his last at-bat, as it didn't matter, as Arujo Wayao was able to single in a run to give the Berries the 4-3 lead. Now they lead it by 5. Or they lead it 5-3. 1-2. Outside, 2-2. Counts evened up. Stinnett on second, Holman on first. Stinnett walked and Holman drove in Danny Weidman for the 5th Berries run of the day. 2-2. Swung on and missed on the breaking ball. Strike 3. 2 strikeouts to end the inning for Barons, but a run comes in for the Berries. And they're back leading by 2. It's 5-3 heading to the bottom of the 8th.
Your poor wallet. It gets misplaced, sat on, and abused by outrageous car payments. At Fiber Federal Credit Union, we think it's high time you reward your wallet by lowering your auto loan payment. For a limited time, refinance from another lender and get a great rate from Fiber Federal with a 1% cashback bonus on your payoff amount, no payments for 60 days, and 0 fees, including title transfer. Refi your ride, reward your wallet at Fiber Federal. We're kind of like a family, only we're a credit union.
Get ready for another summer of family-friendly fun with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Rally your crew and head down to David Story Field for delicious food and drinks, affordable entertainment, and unforgettable memories. The Black Bears can host your group, business, friends, and youth sports team. Whether you're entertaining clients, treating your employees, or just looking for a fun night out with coworkers, David Story Field is the place to be. Create a summer of great memories with the Black Bears. Book your group outing today at cowlitzblackbears.com.
Well, tomorrow is the first of a 3-game series between the Black Bears and the Walla Walla Sweets. Out in Eastern Washington in Walla Walla, the first game's at 6:35, the second game is at 6:35, and the third game it's at 6:05. It's not at 6:35 this time. It's very interesting how Sunday games work. I feel like the Bears are the only team that actually, in the South at least, that have their Sunday games at 1:05. All the other teams have theirs pretty late at night, and that really doesn't help when you're traveling. But alas, it'll be a fun 3-gamer between the Black Bears and the Sweets from Borleski Stadium in Walla Walla. That starts tomorrow, but today, the Bears are trying to come back down 2 once again for the 3rd straight time. Trent Wainfeld shows bunt again and pulls it back. Has to jump out of the way of the first pitch from Cohen Barton, who's back out there after pitching a scoreless frame on Tuesday. Breaking ball hits the zone for strike 1. Cohen Barton pitched a scoreless frame on Tuesday with a walk and a strikeout. Out back to the boards, and it's 1-2.
It's still Evan Holman there at the catcher.
It'll be the bottom 3, Wainfeld, Davidson, Garitano. Any of them get on back to the top of the lineup. Chopper to third, it's going to be fair. Scooped up by Arujo Waiau, and a throw over to first is in time for out number 1. Well, Jake Dodge has done a good job over there at first, scooping out the low throws. He's been at first pretty much the whole season, as he is one of the few lefty-throwing, lefty-hitting guys on the Berries roster. Well, that one's in the dirt, and it's ball 1 to Davidson. Cohen Barton only gave up runs in 1 of his 3 appearances so far this season, that one being his first against the Raptors. That one misses just low, and it's 2-0. In that game against Richfield, he actually earned the loss in that 12-3 game. Breaking ball gets Davidson to have a big swing and a miss, and it's 2-1. 2-1. Fastball hits the zone for strike 2. Barton from Waiawa, Oahu, Hawaii, in the dirt, and the count runs full. Went to Leilehua High School. And staying in Hawaii at the University of Hawaii. Only pitched 3 2/3 as that one plunks Davidson on the elbow. And he will take first base on the hit by pitch. Well, that'll bring up the tying run to the plate. Nicky Garitano has reached twice, walked in a run as an RBI, and hit a single in the 6th. Runner on first here, and Black Bears are running out of time. Down 2 in the bottom of the 8th. That one's outside, ball 1. Garitano moved from second to first. Wiljeski taking over his spot. That's over to short, flip to second for 1, on to first for 2. And a 6-4-3 DP ends the 8th. We head to the bottom, or to the top of the 9th. Berries are up 2, 5-3.
You know what it takes to be successful. When you're ready for a bank that looks at the world like you do, bank outside the ordinary with Heritage Bank. Located here in Longview at 927 Commerce or online at heritagebanknw.com. That's heritagebanknw.com. Member FDIC.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Cowlitz Black Bears.
Top of the 9th as the Berries lead it 5-3. New pitcher for the Black Bears is the other Ottawa guy, Chase Brushy. Different Ottawa from Buchanan. One Ottawa is in Kansas, one's in Arizona. Brushy was with Ottawa, Arizona. Didn't play for them this season, but was with Chemeketa and was with the Black Bears last season. He pitched 32 innings, was a good part of the pitching staff, had a 5.06 ERA. And they'll face off here in the top of the 9th against Jake Dodge, Aokairoju Wayo, and Liam O'Connor. The Black Bears are down 2 once again, this time 5-3, just like game 1. And the Black Bears score 4 or less runs. They are 1-5 so far this season, and are 3 outs away from starting the season 0-6 at home. Yet to win here at David Story Field, and they're going to need another comeback to try and come out of this one without the sweep from the Berries. First pitch is popped up foul for strike 1. Well, Brushy hasn't pitched yet in the regular season, but has pitched 3 1/3 in non-league play. Gave up 4 earned runs on 6 hits. 0-1 is skied. This one's in fair territory on the infield. Calling it is Davidson, and he'll make the grab for out number 1. Good communication from Davidson, running all the way out there from third to make the catch. Get Jake Dodge out for the first out here in the top of the 9th. I'll bring up Aokairoju Wayo for his 5th at-bat. He has 2 singles in his last 2 at-bats. One of them drove in a run. The 3rd run of the day for the Marion Berries. First pitch outside on the breaking ball. It's 1-0. Brushy from Dallas, Oregon, a bit west of Salem, so knows the area quite well where the Berries are going to be playing their home games. Played for Chemeketa, where the Berries are going to be playing their home games this season after delays in construction on Spec Keene Stadium. That one misses 2-0. Here's the 2-0. This is low, 3-0. Oh, this is Araujo Wayao's first 2-hit game of the season. He's now got 7 hits. That one right down the middle. Showed bunt, but pulled it back pretty early, and it's 3-1. First 2 hits of the series for Araujo Wayao. After going 0 for 7 in the first 2 games. That one's hit into right center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. So a 3-hit game for Araujo Wayao. He is now 3 for 5 and now on first with 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Marion Berries trying to extend their 2-run lead. That's the 12th hit of the game for the Berries. That'll bring up Liam O'Connor, who flew out to center his first at-bat. Came in as a pinch hitter for Cade Goldstein. Throwing on the first pitch, throw from Kowalski is very in time for out number 2. Not the best read for Araujo Wayao, as that throw was on the other side of second base, and Jeske was still able to tag him out on the caught stealing. And now nobody on base and 2 outs. Pitch was called a strike on the inside edge for strike 1, and now the 0-1 pitch. Outside and a bit high for ball 1. So Araujo Wayao still without a stolen base this season. One. Fouled back to the netting, and it's 1-2.
Let's hear it for tonight's bad boy, Liam. Great job there, buddy.
On the Black Bears, Brushy has faced Brandon Stinnett before. If he shows up, he went 1 for 4 against Brushy when he was with the Black Bears last season. Breaking ball veers outside, and it's 2-2. Played for 2 years at Chemeketa, 2024 and 2023. Combined for 73 1/3 innings in those 2 seasons. 2-2, fouled back, and we'll do it again. Count even at 2. Rounder foul again. A good at-bat here from O'Connor as he's able to fight off a couple pitches and stay in this at-bat, still at 2-2. In 2024, Brushy walked 32 guys and struck out 44. 7.87 K per 9 compared to 12 in 2023. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout for Brushy. That ends the top of the 9th, and again for the 3rd straight game, the Black Bears will have to try and claw back from a 2-run deficit heading to the bottom of the 9th.
Join the Cowlitz Black Bears for a summer full of fun with $3 Tuesdays and kids and free Sundays. Every Tuesday home game, general admission tickets, hot dogs, nachos, and domestic canned beer are all just $3. Plus, every Sunday, kids 12 and under get free admission when accompanied by an adult thanks to Peace Health and the Daily News. Don't miss out on affordable family fun every Tuesday and Sunday with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Get your tickets today at cowlitzblackbears.com. Join the Black Bears for a night to remember on Thursday, July 24th. Bring the kids out to the ballpark for the always popular Dash for Cash presented by Heritage Bank. All kids 12 and under will get to go on the field to dash for their share of $1,000 in cash. Then stick around after the game as the Black Bears light up the night sky with their first ever drone show presented by Pacific Tech Construction and Western Fabrication. Tickets will go fast. Get yours today at cowlitsblackbears.com.
Bottom 9 and another 2-run deficit will have to be climbed out of for the Black Bears offense as they'll be facing Joseph Perez for the second time in this series. Already got a save against them on Tuesday. If he gets the save today, which he can with 3 solid outs, he will now lead the league in saves with 3. And is going to be probably known as the main closer for the Berries. Of course, we saw Alex Chavez yesterday, maybe to give Perez a day off, but he's back today. Played his junior season at Chaminade, along with Alex Greb. Out in Hawaii. He was originally from Goodyear, Arizona, though, but it'll be the top of the lineup. Jeske, Nelson, Kowalski trying to claw back and avoid the first sweep in Marion Berry's history. It all start with Will Jeske. First pitch. Hits him on the back. Breaking ball goes way out, and Jeske will take the free bag on the hit by pitch. That'll bring up Tyler Nelson. Watch out for the ground ball, though. Black Bears have already grounded into 2 double plays today. 1-6-4-3, 1-4-6-3. The middle infield is dangerous if a ground ball goes their way. First pitch barely misses, and it's ball 1. Jose Carmona Jr. on deck as a pinch hitter for Kowalski. One-0. Inside, almost hits him, and it's 2-0. Perez gave up 3 earned runs against Portland on Sunday on 3 hits, but scoreless inning against Cowlitz to give them the 5-3 win here, and it's 5-3 again in Game 3. 2-0. Just misses, ball 3. Walk here would put the tying run on first with nobody out. (3-0). That misses, ball 4. The tying run is on first with nobody out for Jose Carmona Jr. Pinch hitting for Spencer Kowalski has 2 on with nobody out. Black Bears down 2, and there's going to be a meeting at the mound, and this one will involve all the infield. Hit by pitch and a walk on 4 pitches, as Perez is wild so far to start this outing in the 9th. Now Carmona Jr. came in, started yesterday, went 0 for 3. Came in as a pinch hitter, walked in the 10th when they were down 5-3 in the 9th. Now up here again in the 9th. 2 on, nobody out. Perez wild to start his outing. First pitch. That one hits the zone for strike 1. First strike today for Perez. He's walked 3 so far, and now 4 after the walk to Nelson. Shows bunt, pops it up foul. But it will hit the netting for strike 2. Dangerous bunt being dropped there, but it would have advanced the runners. Now Carmona Jr. back in a good pitcher's count for Perez. 0-2. Gavin Poffenroth, he's been really great today. He's on deck. 2 for 2 has reached in all 4 at-bats. 0-2. Breaking ball misses out, and it's 1-2. Jeske on first, Nelson on second. Both of them have some speed. Jeske stole a bag on Tuesday. Here's the 1-2. Check swing, no go. It's 2-2. Good take from Carmona Jr. as he almost struck out there. And the check swing goes his way. It's all tied 2-2 here. 2 on. Bears down 2 in the bottom of the 9th. Still nobody out. 2-2. Fouled off to the left. And the at-bat continues. Some fight for Carmona Jr. against Perez. Two. Grounder down the first base line. Going to be a quick play for Perez. He'll throw to first, and basically a swinging bunt for Carmona Jr. advances both runners to second and third. And now the tying run in Tyler Nelson in scoring position with 1 out.
Let's hear it for designated hitter number 9, Gavin Poffenroth.
There is not a hotter hitter you want up right now than Gavin Poffenroth. He is 2 for 2, has reached in all 4 of his at-bats. 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch, a double, and a single. He is on fire today and is now in the biggest spot of the game, 2 on with 1 out. First pitch from Perez. Fouled off and out of play to the right. A breaking ball right down the middle. Just gets a piece of it though, and it's 0-1. Trenton Rowan on deck. Has 2 sac flies in his last 2 at-bats. Made contact in all 4. 0-1. Right down the middle, and it's 0-2. Jeske now on third. Tyler Nelson on second. 1 out. And 0-2 to Poffenroth. That hits the zone on the outside for strike 3, and Poffenroth goes down looking. A big second out for Perez, his first strikeout. Now it is all up to Trenton Rowan. Trenton Rowan has a single, 2 sac flies, and a ground out to first. He's already driven in 2 of the 3 runs, and might have to do it all here today for the Bears offensively if he wants to keep them from getting swept. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Josh Hansen on deck. Still 2 on, both of them in scoring position. Tying run in Tyler Nelson. 1-0. That one hits the zone, 1-1. Rowan's had a good series so far with the Bears. Could go from good to great with anything into the outfield. The 1-1. That misses just outside, 2-1. Good take from Rowan. Fly ball, left field. Alex Greb is under it. He makes the grab for out number 3. Marion Berries win it 5-3 again, just like game 1. And for the first time in franchise history, the Marion Berries have swept a team. That team is unfortunately the Cowlitz Black Bears, as they had 2 on with 1 out, but just as it seemed to be every time else in this series, weren't able to put runs across the board when it mattered most. Black Bears start 0-6 at home here at David Story Field, and we'll head on to Walla Walla for 3 games, starting tomorrow at 6:35. The Marion Berries end with 5 runs on 12 hits, no errors. Black Bears end 3 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors, as the Berries sweep the Bears, and they are now over 500 for the first time since winning the series against the Ridgefield Raptors. Black Bears are now 3 games under for the first time since they got swept in this building at the hands of the Portland Pickles. They are now 3-6 and are now farther back in the West Coast League South in this first half of 2025. Well, tomorrow we'll be in Walla Walla for a radio broadcast, so no video, at least for the home team, as Walla Walla will have their own video broadcast. And tomorrow we head to Eastern Washington. Starting at 6:35, it'll be the Bears and the Sweets. For everybody here at David Story Field, I'm Evan Patoka. We will see you tomorrow for Black Bears and Sweets.